to Let's Talk Skin. If you're new here, Let's Talk Skin is a YouTube series that I'm doing just to talk about like skincare, some little tips that I find, just some helpful information if you're on a skin journey or if you just love skincare and you want information from my actual esthetician and not like a skin guru or somebody that's like getting paid for skincare. So they'll just tell you anything because, you know, they want you to use their codes so that way, you know, they get that money. But for me, I'm just going to give you the information for free because I love you guys. I love being your provider. So I haven't really done Let's Talk Skin in a very long time. So this is like my first episode in a while. So I thought that maybe I would start fresh, especially because I've learned so much on my journey to become a medical esthetician, and I just have a totally different perspective of things as an esthetician and the way that I treat my clientele. So I guess I just wanted my first video just to be just a little bit about me as far as the way I would treat you as your provider. And I wanted to just kind of bring up some of the key things that I just pride myself on, and just want to share with you a little bit of fun facts when it comes to skin. So think of it like you're baking some bread, right? So you know you're gonna need some yeast, some flour, some salt, some other ingredients depending on what kind of bread you're making. When you add science in the mix, you have like all these ingredients, right? But you have to know it's a certain way you have to mix everything, right? In order for the bread to actually come out the way that you want it to come out. Because honestly, making bread is like kind of hard. Like it's like a lot of little things that you got to make sure that you know how to do correctly for the product to actually come out the way that it needs to come out. For example, like if you add too much yeast to it, you're gonna like overproof the bread and it's not really gonna like rise the way that it needs to. So then it's like you got yeast in it, but it didn't like necessarily do what it needed to do, basically. So it kind of gets like a little inactive. And you know, sometimes you kind of run into that when you're just kind of like mixing things together. So when you add a little science to it, it's more so of like you have like a map of, you know, okay, so I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna end up here. So I vote for PCA all day, every day. I did want to get into like some of the things that I like really believe in as an esthetician. Like I believe in integrity. Like I literally live by integrity because like I like to treat people the way that I want to be treated. I like to give you all the facts and like you take from it whatever you would like to take from it. I'm not an esthetician that's going to like recommend things just because I'll get a bunch of money off of it and like you don't even need it. Like that's not me. That's just something that I just cannot do, something I just cannot stick by, because I mean I feel like it's taking advantage of somebody if you know that they just desperately are wanting to fix these skin issues that who knows they probably had all their lives, and they come to you and they're just like, you know, basically I'm gonna trust your professional opinion on what I need. I feel like it's literally just like robbing somebody blind of just like being like, oh, I think you're gonna need this, or I think you'll need this, or I think you'll need that, like knowing that they don't need it. Like that's something that I don't do. So if I was to say to you as your provider that like I'm seeing that there is, you know, some acne on the skin, I would like to, you know, introduce this to you or get you on this regimen, or you know, whatever I say to you is literally like my professional opinion. I'm not like an esthetician that's gonna, like, when you first start with me, just be like, okay, like, let's start you out on this 12-step regimen. That's not me. Also, I like to kind of build up to where we need to go in reference to like your skincare, because, like, let's be honest, let's say you're not consistent, you're not really consistent. I would rather like give you the bare minimum of what you need. Let's say if you're consistent with that, then we'll add that something else on. Then we'll add like something else on, because like it's no need needing you like spend like $400 with me for like skincare that you may or may not even use. And it just kind of sits there. So I'd rather you kind of get consistent, especially like with like some of your like skin concerns that you might have. It might require that you have to be very consistent with using those products, like for example like retinol. And I would rather like not be like, oh, like you absolutely have to start retinol today, get you to buy it, and then like you might not use it. So I definitely like to match your commitment level, per se. Let's see what else am I big on. I'm big on education, so I'm always constantly learning. I just feel like it's the only way I can provide you the best quality services. I have to sell my game because the beauty industry is always changing. I feel like because somebody's always trying to achieve a certain thing, and they might go a different way around to get there. Like for example, like lash extensions. You know, first it was like the strip lash, and then I guess somebody one day was like, yo, like let's do lash extensions. So there's lash extensions, and then there's also like lash lifts that can kind of like give you that appearance of just looking a little bit more fuller. It appears a little bit more longer. Like the industry just always changes. Like there's always like another way to try to do something. So it's like I'm gonna stay on my A game, so that way I can be able to tell you, you know, what's going on. I wouldn't even feel in good conscience treating you or just having you as a client, knowing that like the information I'm telling you, I haven't even like checked up on in like years. Like it's something that I just like, you know, have in my back pocket from like a long time ago, knowing that like the times is always changing. So it's like I'm always constantly like, you know, just reviewing information, just staying in the know of like, you know, like the latest and best ways to treat you. What else am I into? I'm empathetic. That's a good one. I'm very empathetic. And I always say this to people, like, I am a big baby when it comes to getting like treatments done. Totally a big baby. I've got them done. Now everything I have done to you, I have had to me, okay? Multiple times. I'm just such a big baby when it comes to it. So I feel like because I'm a baby to it, that's like my approach when it comes to you. So like if you're here for like your first wax, or maybe if you've, you know, always gotten waxed and it's just been a while and you're just like, whoo, like I don't know how this is gonna go, like I'm a little nervous, I don't know how I'm gonna react, like I got you, like I'm right there with you. I'm always going to make sure that you're comfortable, make sure that you know what's going on at all times. Even with like extractions, I'm not like a like let's get in there, get out esthetician. I know so many estheticians that are like that, and there's no disrespect to them, but for me, I like to just kind of like gauge how you are, make sure that you're comfortable at all times. But honey, if you are fine with it, then honey, I'm gonna rock and roll and make sure that I get every single thing that you need me to get. But yeah, I'm just like it comes out in just different ways of me being an esthetician, because I am literally always like thinking of my client, like thinking of like, okay, like if these roles were reversed, like how would I feel? So that's how I am. That's the position that I am today. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all that I was really trying to get into today. It wasn't like nothing really heavy. It was just more so of like me explaining to you like this is the kind of esthetician that I am, and how I can be of service to you. Currently I offer a couple of different services, facial services, chemical peels, brow lamination, lash lift, waxing, makeup, brow tinting. I might have forgot some LED treatment, dermaplaning. I'm looking to get a couple of more services on my menu, on my service menu. So just stay tuned for that. But that was it. I just really just wanted to just kind of go through like what I am so you can kind of get to know me. And as always, I cannot wait to see you in my room.